I woke up to a text from Lil Baby. I'm like, what? He like, bro, I need one of your beats for the album, bro. It's going on the album. I'm like, dang, that's crazy, bro. So all the work you putting in, all those long nights in the studio, whatever you're doing, you work a job, no matter what you do, just know that it's all gonna be worth it. You keep putting in that work every single day. There's certain people where you might have 4 or 5 different people on a beat, but one person added one snare and somebody else did all the work, but we all getting the same splits. So it's like the biggest red flag to me is your profile picture. That's a red flag off it. Your profile picture and your whole page off top.
Dzisiaj będę rozmawiać z Tazem, czyli z producentem ze Stanów Zjednoczonych, którego możecie kojarzyć z jego charakterystycznego producer taga. Oraz unikalnego stylu jego produkcji. Pracował on z artystami takimi jak Lil Baby, Wiz, Bossman Dilo czy Rob 49. Zapytam go o jego historię oraz doświadczenia w przemyśle muzycznym. Oprócz tego oczywiście Taz podzieli się z nami wieloma wartościowymi radami, pomocnymi dla każdego producenta muzycznego. No i jakby tego było mało, pod koniec zrobiliśmy razem beat, także polecam oglądać do końca. A ja już nie przedłużam i zaczynamy. What's going on, guys? Today I'm with Taz.
He's by Taz in the building, man.
Yeah, for sure. So I gotta ask you first, how long have you been making those beats, bro?
I've been at it for about 7 years now. 7 years straight for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And how long you've been like in the game when it comes to being major or whatever, like the major placements, the industry?
I would say probably industry about 3 years, I would say.
Cool, pretty cool, yeah. And where you got the tag from, the legendary tag?
So the tag is so crazy, bro, because I made that tag about 3 years ago, and it was one of my boys. We used to make beats together and stuff. He sent it over to me, and he was like, bro, you got to make this your tag. You got to make this your tag. Because I had a older tag that was kind of like, it was cool, but it was kind of like, it wasn't really hitting like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this my tag. So he sent it to me. It was like some wrestling skit. And then I just took it, chopped it up, put a little bit of effects on there, and then that was it for real.
Prime example of the dope tag, because like I knew the tag before I knew you, right? Because of the song as well.
Yeah.
So very cool. So
sure.
lately you got the placement with Lil Baby, which is crazy, the Say Twin song.
Yeah.
I gotta ask about that.
Yeah.
How did it come about?
Bro, crazy enough, that was a YouTube beat, bro. Like, I had just been uploading. It was a YTV Fat type beat. And I think I was just experimenting with like different stuff on YouTube at that time, like just seeing what would work at that time because I had been doing the V's stuff for so long. So I experimented with a little stuff, and it was an older beat too. I think like had to been at least like 6 month old. Like I woke up to a text from Lil Baby. I'm like, what? Lil Baby just DM me. I'm like, what the? He's like, yo. I'm like, what's going on? He like, bro, I need one of your beats for the album, bro. It's going on the album. I'm like, dang, that's crazy, bro. So I already knew it was coming out, and then once I heard the beat, he was asking me. I said, send me the beat so I know which one it is. And then once I heard the beat, I was like, yeah, this gonna be fire for sure. So that's how that came about for sure.
Nah, that's hard. And that's the solo beat? No, like you made it from scratch?
Yeah, that's the solo one. Yeah, that's scratch one. Mm-hmm.
That's hard.
Yeah, breakdown coming on that one for sure too. That one was crazy, bro, for sure.
Bad. So you work a lot with V's, right? As well. So how did you get in contact with him in the first place?
So V's, it was kind of crazy because I had been doing the V's type beats on YouTube for so long, and I found out about him over and over just listening to different music, stuff like that, because I had been familiar with the Detroit music for so long. I had been doing the V's beats for like at least probably like I want to say 2 years now straight at this point. So through that, I logged in with my boy C Stunner. Shout out to my boy C Stunner. We have been working on a lot of stuff. He had been just DM me, reached out like everybody else did, just worked on a lot of stuff. He was at Rolling Loud. I accidentally sent C Stunner the beat, and C Stunner was supposed to get on the song too, the Not a Drill song. So V's had did his verse, whatever. V's ended up liking the beat so much, saw so much, he like, bro, who made this beat? Gotta tap in, whatever. And then after that, we just started locking in. I started sending them stuff, and then the rest was just history for real.
Y'all probably got the US when the Not the Drill came out, right?
Yeah, nah, for real. That was crazy, bro. Like, that was a crazy one because I didn't even think that shit was gonna be anything, bro. I made that beat so fast, and it's just on to the next, bro. But yeah, it was crazy when that came out for sure, dog, for sure.
Yeah, that's hard. Do you got any advice when it comes to working with those bigger artists, like directly, like yourself, or like just in general?
Yeah, I would say when you're dealing with certain artists, I would say you always want to know their sound. Like, do your research first. Like, don't just go into a situation where it's like you don't know nothing about the artist and you playing a type beats that they don't even rap on type. You feel me? Like, know what that artist is already used to, and then just kind of add your own sauce to it for real, I would say. But just be yourself, be comfortable. Like, kind of just be comfortable and have confidence in yourself and know that, you know, you created something that was special, that's some art. So it's like you got to just have confidence in your work, just go with that confidence. And once they see that you confident in your own work, then that's when they'll feed off your energy and they'll be like, yeah, I rock with this. Even if they didn't even like it the most, if they see how hard you rocking with it, it's a chance they might rock with it just because they, they feeding off your energy. So I would say, yeah, that, but definitely come in with the right beats for sure. You don't want to come in with beats that they don't rap on or beats that's not hard. So I would say, yeah, that for sure.
I think your sound has huge influence on that as well. Like, would you say that you got your own sound? Like, it's kind of crazy to ask that, but we can hear that you got some sort of your own sound, right?
I would say, yeah, it's kind of like, because like I said, I was kind of heavily influenced by Detroit. I love their sound. And then I was heavily influenced by Chief Keef, who's also my favorite artist. Kind of just a mixture of those. And then on top of that, it's like a certain type of bounce, I would say, a Southern bounce. Yeah, also, my brother was on the football and stuff like that, football team and stuff. So I would always be going to his games and stuff like that. And the band would always be playing like the trumpets and stuff. So I always liked the trumpet. So that's kind of like how that all came about. Just kind of like a blend between all of that and then how that came about for sure.
That's great. Such a like unique wave. I would call it like that's some sort of wave. Would you say that
Yeah.
you literally created a wave that some people follow? Would you say that?
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that I kind of laid out the blueprint, laid out the foundation, and I think there's other guys that are before me that kind of like laid out their foundation and I kind of just add on to it, I would say. But then I think it's kind of like everybody does their own thing and then that's what makes it big, like people push that sound to the point where you getting platinum, you getting gold, you feel me? Like, so it's like I feel like that's what really pushes the sound and really makes the sound overall just big, it just makes it bigger. But I would say, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And do you have any advice for people who's trying to develop their own sound as well, like for producers?
Yeah, I would say really just experiment with different sounds and don't be too comfortable. Because I think sometimes a lot of people, they play it safe and they just use the certain sounds or certain VSTs that they're comfortable with. And they'll just keep doing the same things. Be like, nah, you got to get out your comfort zone. Experiment with something that you probably wouldn't have ever used or even thought of to use in a beat, a whistle or something or anything you hear just to add like certain different elements into your beats and stuff like that. It's all just creativity at the end of the day. Like you can take one sound and then you can add something else and you can flip that. So it's just, there's so many different ways you can go about it to be unique and stand out, to have your own sound. Like just try to be different. Like if you see that person's doing that, you try to do that, but then you do it your own way and then kind of create like something different. And then that's how everything keeps rolling, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And like still, when it comes to the sound and the production, what would you say like your favorite VSTs or effects, or in general, like what's your process as well? Like how do you make your beats?
I would say I really like to cook a lot of my stuff from scratch because I feel like that's me to start to finish, like that's just me all the way through. So I do a lot of that from scratch if I'm feeling like I want to just, if I'm really inspired or I might hear a melody in my head or anything like that, I think. But as far as VSTs go, I would say probably Xenology for sure. A lot of people messing with Xenology for sure. Expand is a good one. I would say Nexus, OG Nexus and Nexus 3. I would say those are really good. Those are honestly my main ones. I experiment with a lot of different ones, even stock, like, because it's all just about like, it's not even about the VST. Like the VSTs are good, but I feel like the effects and everything you use to like flip it and everything, you feel me? I think that's what kind of like gives it to make it sound different,
And what kind of effects you use?
Say Effectrix, delay, fruity delay, give it a little bit of delay, reverb, portal, a lot of different effects. Those are some, some different effects you can use for sure.
Cool, yeah. And obviously you made a good living of your music, right? So do you got any advice for producers who's trying to achieve the same goal?
Yes, for sure. I would say, man, number one thing, and I hate to say this, bro, but be consistent, bro. Like a lot of people, they'll either stick to one thing and then they'll stick to it and they'll be like, oh, I'm gonna do it. And you do it for 1 month and you fall off. Like, bro, like it takes a lot of time. Like it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of patience over and over again of doing the same thing, not getting no results for a while until you can finally see the results. Like, especially in this game, it's like, it's almost like you're working now for pretty much 3 months ahead, 3 to 4 months ahead. Like you got to go into it and just know, like, if you really love it and you really love your craft, you got to be able to put that work in and get nothing for it. That's number one. Like be prepared to put the work in and don't get nothing for it, I would say. Consistency. And then after that, I'll probably say, yeah, then the sound for sure. Build your own sound, have your own sound and build your own brand and have a good tag for sure. I feel like the tag is kind of like your brand. It's like your signature. Like you can't really, as a producer, you can't really brand yourself in any other way unless your tag is out there. You get what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. Like you said, you knew me before the tag, before anything. Now I'm getting to the point where I'm on my face more. So it's like the tag is definitely important. Having a unique tag and just being different and just standing out is what's going to be able to get you to the point where the stuff you doing, because the money going to come. Like if you're doing all this other stuff, you're going to get the money. It's going to fall to you. You just got to do the other stuff and then the money comes. You feel me? So, but yeah, just stay consistent for sure.
100%, man. So, do you got a lawyer or a manager at this point?
Yeah, I got a manager. Shout out to my boy Ben. He been my manager before everything, before placements, before everything. Like he been showing me the ropes, like of how the business game goes, just everything, just teaching me all the other stuff that we don't really think about before getting into the industry as a producer. Like you just want to create. So he kind of just been a mentor. Like he been in the game for a while, so he just been a mentor to me and just showing me the ropes for real.
And when it comes to like the work itself, what he does for you, like at this point, outside of the, you know, you've been friends and he's been like showing you the love and stuff, like outside of that, what's the deal right here?
Really just pushing me. Number one, pushing me and selling me, right? Because if you're dealing with, you know, publishing companies or dealing with different labels and stuff like that, you're going to want somebody that's going to know you as a person. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to be able to sell you as a person. You know what I'm saying? So going to different places and selling me as a person and being able to tell, you know, he's a hard worker. I've seen him work. There's certain people where you might have 4 or 5 different people on a beat, but one person added one snare and somebody else did all the work, but we all getting the same splits. So it's like going back to the manager, just pushing me for real, honestly, pushing me, selling me. That's pretty much it, really. The rest is honestly on you. Like you got to be able to put that work first for yourself. You feel what I'm saying? You got to be able to put that work in for yourself. It's not on your manager. Your manager, I feel like to me, your manager, he handle all the stuff that you don't really care about. But
in terms of that, what you said, like, would you say that having a team is important as well?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Having a team is definitely 100% worth it. Like a lot of people, they feel like they can do it on their own. You know, like, oh, I can do my own paperwork and do all this stuff. Bro, you need a team, bro. You need a team, you need a lawyer, and you need somebody that you can trust.
100%, man. So what would you say is your, or was like your the biggest struggle or the lesson that you had in your whole producer career when it comes to like placements or just the routine, whatever it is, right? What was your like biggest struggle in general?
I think the biggest struggle initially was getting noticed. I think that would be the biggest thing I would say is struggling coming up, because it's like when you want to get to a certain level, people have to notice you, and then that's why how the tag came about, and that's how people start noticing you. Like, who is this person with this tag? Because the YouTube beat started coming out, and I'm talking to different people, and they're all saying like, "Bro, I'm hearing your tag everywhere. I'm hearing your tag everywhere. Whatever." So it's like I think once people started noticing me, I think that's when things started to become either. Because I think that was a struggle at first as a producer. Everybody, you're trying to get noticed, you're trying to get placements, you're trying to get opportunities. I think that was the biggest thing at first. I was struggling a lot with getting on the radar, you know?
That would be probably the hardest thing, because when you're small and you're trying to like get recognized, that's probably the hardest part. What would you say is the biggest like red flag when it comes to producers in general as well?
The biggest red flag to me is your profile picture. That's a red flag off rip. Your profile picture and your whole page off top. If you're a producer and you got a profile pic of some, it don't even matter what it is. It could be anything. Like, it's just not yourself and it's not anything to do with music. Like, I'm just not going to take you serious, number one. I'm already kind of selective about the type of people that I put myself around and the type of people that I decide to deal with. So it's like, if I go to your page and you don't even look official, like you're serious about what you do, like that's definitely number one red flag. Got to get him out of here for sure.
Yeah.
Or her.
I'm proud I'm safe right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So going more into like experiences and all of that stuff, like do you got any crazy situations when it comes to your producer career? Like you got something crazy going on in person or in general?
I think the craziest moment was probably when I met Murder Beats, honestly, because it's like I played it so cool, but I was like, damn, I'm really, and it wasn't even crazy in the fact that like I was like starstruck or shell shocked. I think it was just finally realizing like in that moment, like all the work I had put in, it wasn't for nothing. Like I'm in the room with legends right now. Like it's really no higher that you can get. So I think that was probably the craziest moment, like in that moment for me.
That must be amazing, bro. And like you work with artists in person as well at this point?
Yeah. I would say a lot of stuff is still through like texting and stuff like that, building a relationship through that way. But majority of the time I'm pulling up, I'm playing the beats, you know, I'm giving feedback. And then also I'm partaking in like the production process, you know, after the process of seeing the vision production, you know, stuff like that.
And you're like signed or whatever? Nah, you're just independent, right?
I'm independent right now because I haven't like finalized the paperwork and everything, but I'm about to sign with Empire.
Oh.
That's in the works right now, so I'll be with Empire.
So how does it look like? It's like 6-figure deal or whatever. Like, how does it look like? Can you talk more about this topic?
I can't even get into all that right now. I can't even get into. I wish I could. I can't even get into all that right now. But what I will say is, it's definitely a deal that I wanted for sure, that my team wanted, and it was definitely something that we took some time to think about because there was other deals on the table that we passed up on because it wasn't the right opportunity, you know, and it wasn't the right what we were looking for. You know, still working with those people, but as far as like, you know, dealing with them and everything like that, as far as like being on the roster and everything, passed up on certain opportunities. But I think, yeah, this is a good situation for me for sure, bro. I'm excited, definitely. I'm excited to work with them, and I'm excited for everything that's in the future for sure.
So would you say that you gotta be patient when it comes to deals as well?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of my boys, shout out to my boy Coop, that's another one of my boys, kind of like a mentor in the industry, teaching me certain things, telling me certain things. I think the main thing is just being patient and finding like a right situation that you really mess with for real, and somewhere that feels like the energy is just right, you know? You can't just sign somebody and just say they're gonna offer you a lot of money, you ain't met them in person, you just in a rush to trying to just get in a situation, and then that's how you get fucked up. And you're in a deal, a messed up deal for 15 years. I've seen people get deals for 15 years. I didn't even know that was a thing. So I'm like, if you rush to sign something just to get some quick money, that's how they try to get you. So definitely don't rush to sign anything and wait for the right situation. And I'll also say get some leverage, like get a hit, get something, build your brand, do something that makes you be able to even get that type of money, you know, or get those type of opportunities, you know?
So in terms of that, would you say that knowing the business is also very important and the part that every producer should really take at some point, right?
For sure, 100% knowing the business. You got to know the ins and outs. Like you're supporting, like I said, to have a team and everything like that, but you got to know the ins and outs of it yourself. So it's like when you get to the point where you're talking to somebody else, you understand the language, you speak the language. So it's 100% sure that you know everything that's going on in the industry for sure, as far as like the splits, the percentages, and everything for sure.
And going back into the situations you've got, I saw on your profile the meeting with the streamer Neon. What was the situation? It was in the studio?
Yeah. That was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie, that was crazy. They came with the cameras and everything. Yo, what's going on here? But yeah, that was crazy for sure.
At this point, how does your like routine or just the regular day looks like basically when it comes to you trying to get placements or whatever? Like how do you work basically in the regular day as well?
I think the main thing, a day to day, I try to do something active, try to get my body right, because it's like we on the computer, we all day, we on the computer, we working, trying to get placements and stuff. So we kind of neglect that stuff. So I try to get up, maybe run, go for a walk or something, get my day started, take a shower, and then I'm on it. Like I'll just get the cooking, whether I'm at the crib or I might hit up one of my bros up to go over to the studio or something, whichever studio it's going to be at. We might cook up there, or it just might be here. It's kind of different every day. I kind of try to that's how I stay inspired. I try to do different stuff, like, and just live life at the same time while making these hard ass beats, you feel me? So kind of just do a little bit of everything.
Going back more into the songs you produced, like what's your favorite song that you produced to this point?
Favorite song? I would say my favorite song that I listen to the most is probably ATL Freestyle.
Yeah.
I would say if out of all my songs, that's probably the main one that I listen to like the most.
I was busting that one as well. Yeah.
For sure. That's one of the ones for sure. I would say it's a tie between Clean and Dirty and OK Bet. I would say after that, because Clean and Dirty, that beat, like I literally knew that beat special. Like when I made that beat, I was really sitting there like, bro, I know this beat is so special, bro. Like, and it was just so crazy how it happened. But Clean and Dirty and then OK Bet, yeah, for sure. I like that song a lot too.
Yeah, when it comes to Clean and Dirty, the Rugrad like matched the energy as well. When it comes to like the hook or whatever.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he came crazy on that one for sure.
And when it comes to more into producer side, I gotta ask you this question: what's your take on the like loop makers war or whatever, like the drummers versus loop makers? I know it's all washed and the topic was like going crazy a lot of times. What's your take on all of this? Like when it comes to loop makers, please, like you do loops, this
like
one.
Loop versus drums.
This one.
I mean, To me, like with the loops and the drums, like, and I was just talking about this the other day. If you stranded on the island right now and you can't make no beats, then that's a problem. But it's like if you know how to make your own stuff from scratch and you just use the loops, I don't see a problem with that. As long as you flipping the loops, as long as you flipping the loops, at least you're doing a little something, a little something to feel like you know what you're doing. But nowadays it's so easy. I feel like anybody can make a beat nowadays with FL Studio. They kind of just made it a little easier for us now. But to me personally, I don't see it as a problem. Just know when you use a loop every time, you're not gonna get the whole percentage of the record at 50%. Just know you have to split it every time. But I don't see loops as a problem. Nah.
I bet. So still going back into the artist side, what would you say is like your favorite artist or whatever the artist that you would like to work with and you didn't?
For sure. Top 3 for sure. Actually, I would say top 5 probably would be Chief Keef, and this is in no order, but Chief Keef, Future, Thug, J. Cole, and then I'll say Lil Wayne. And then for 6, I'll throw in Drake as well. So I'll say 6.
And you're like a little bit close or whatever, you took any step to work with some of them, or like you got any contact to really push out your stuff there to them?
I haven't, no, but I would say maybe the closest thing to probably getting would be maybe Chief Keef, maybe, because I feel like that actually was something that would actually make sense, as I already make like a lot of beats already. I feel like that would make sense, but as of any of them, no, I'm just kind of just going with the flow right now. And then
Cool. So what would you say is like your last advice for producers? What would you want to tell to every producer that's watching us right now?
man, I would say to every producer watching this right now, bro, you got to believe in yourself, man. Nobody is going to go as hard as you than you are for yourself, bro. You got to believe in yourself, number one. And you got to know that all the work you're putting in, all those long nights in the studio, whatever you're doing, you work a job, no matter what you do, just know that it's all going to be worth it if you keep putting in that work every single day. And it can't be no days off. Like, it can't be no, I want to just chill. No, till you get to that point. Even me now, I barely take days off. I'm already getting closer and closer to where I want to be. So you can't expect to take no days off. Every single day, just be on it and believe in yourself. No matter what anybody say to you, always believe in yourself for sure.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. That's a fact, man. So yeah, let's cook up now.
Oh, put me on the spot, man.
Yeah.
I would do it though, for sure. I'd definitely do it for sure. For sure, bro.
Oh, this one cool. The first sound.
I gotta get back on here, bro. I feel like an old man, bro. I don't even know what's going on here, dog. For real.
Trying to do some weird. I'm gonna just add probably one last thing. Alright, cool.
It's hard.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, you just sent it?
Yeah. That's hard, man. Yeah, so the beat went crazy. It went crazy on the beat, bro.
Yes, sir, man.
That's the wave, man. So yeah, appreciate you pulling up today, man. It's been crazy gems, a lot of value for producers. So yeah, appreciate you for pulling up, really. And what you got going on basically right now? What's your plans for this year? Maybe what you working on basically?
Man, a lot of big plans. Just tapped in with OG Easy, tapped in with Honcho, a lot of upcoming artists, a lot of the same guys. Just a lot of new stuff coming, a lot of new music. Really just showcasing like a little more versatility, showing a little more different type of stuff that I do for real. But a lot of stuff coming for sure, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man. So yeah, that was Taz today with me.
Yes, sir.